Good evening. This is Ray Ahern broadcasting from Joe Wall Stadium. Friday nights this evening from the Eagle Tribune. Mike McMahon, who writes a column for the Eagle Tribune, he's here to report on tonight's game. What do you think of the opponents, Mike?
Well, Tewksbury is a really strong team. I mean, they're obviously 2-0 and have beaten some quality opponents. I know they had a big win over, I think, Methuen last week, shut them out. So their defense is really strong. Their offense seems to be clicking as well. I think ESPN Boston has them as one of the better teams in the state right now. I think they're in their top 20. I think they're 16 or 15. So Tewksbury definitely a strong team. It'll be a test tonight for North Andover for sure.
Good, I think so. North Andover has played well. They beat Woburn. Have you seen North Andover play as yet? I
have not seen North Andover play yet this year. I know they're a pretty young team, but they're a talented young team. I mean, you look up and down some of this roster, a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors, but still talented kids. They're a big younger class. I think that this is a team that we're gonna see grow over the next couple of years, and I think you'll see them improve over the course of this season, as most young teams do. And then as you get into maybe even next year and the year after, this could be a team that's really strong.
I agree with you. They've had a lot of changes, had a lot of people graduate, and this is a new offensive team. They ran the ball a lot last year. They started out passing. As the year went on, they got into the Everett offense, which was very productive for them. And they will undoubtedly run that tonight and throw in some passing as well.
I do. So one of the things I do with the Tribune too is I help compile all of our statistics on a weekly basis. We will start running them, I think, next week. But a lot of new names. I mean, you look up and down the roster. There's not even a lot of names. Some of these guys obviously you recognize, but a lot of new names in terms of those skill positions that are going to be putting up statistical numbers that we'll probably see over the next.
Well,
couple of
Darren
weeks.
Watson for North Andover is a running back, and he played as a freshman last year at, I would say, 5'9", 160. It says he's 5'10", 180, but I saw him yesterday, and I would say he's close to 6 feet, 200. So he must have grown since they decided on the program weights. And he's a terrific back. So I'm sure Tewksbury will be overloading to try to stop whatever he does with the ball.
Yeah, I know Tewksbury's really strong defensively. Somebody at the office that has seen Tewksbury play, saw them play Methuen last week, I think it was, said they were really strong up front, especially their line, pretty athletic at linebacker. So it's going to be a test to try to run against these guys tonight.
Well, I was just down on the field talking to the Tewksbury coaches, and I asked them if they ran a 3-4, and they said, no, we run a 5-2. so the linebackers play defensive end in an old-style 5-2, if you will, but apparently they're also fast enough, as you said, to drop into coverage if they need to. So this will be North Andover would like to run the Everett offense and pitch the ball and get angle blocking, but they don't see much of the 5-2. So
I don't think many teams do.
Yeah,
not today anyway.
So it'll be quite a test. We may see North Andover fake the pitch and throw a pass.
Yeah,
throw a quick pass. But at any rate, it's great to meet you and great to talk to you. And feel free, I'd like to have you come back at halftime and give us an update of what you think has happened.
Absolutely.
We were with Mike McMahon from the Eagle Tribune. He's a writer and a sports writer for the Tribune. He knows his game, and we're lucky to have him here, and we appreciate it. And we'll look forward to seeing him again before the game is over. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Ray.
Good evening, schoolboy football fans. Tonight's game between the visiting Tewksbury Brethren and the homestanding North Andover Scarlet Knights. Director of attention to midfield with the club captains for Tewksbury, Ryan Morris, number 44, Pat Wild, number 54, and Sean David, number 76. Representing the North Andover Scarlet Knights, Captain William Tester, number 44, Captain Matthew Farmer, 54, and Captain Patrick Quinn, number 55. Tewksbury is a visiting team. Will call the coin while it's in the air.
the kickoff to North Andover. Taken in. A nice hole, cut back, but then swarmed under by the Tewksbury kick team, who say they have the ball. 3 or 4 Tewksbury players converging on the ball carrier, and the officials say first down Tewksbury at the North Andover 31. So Connolly, number 11, coming in at quarterback, starting for Tewksbury. 44 is Morris, the running back. He's set off to the right and is moving. Now an I formation. Up man Morris. Give the ball to 23, breaking through. Good gain. That's Tyler Ward. Okay, so Connolly under center. Cook is the center, filling in this evening. Spinning. It's an inside handoff. Runner got a good block. Corralled by 3 or 4 North Andover players who couldn't quite get him to the ground. Tester in there, of course, on the tackle. The primary tackler. Last man to get up. Flexing his elbow, his knee, his ankle. It's dangerous. It's more dangerous than a hard hit when you're surrounded by people and someone, you get twisted and someone falls on you or steps on you. Anyway, Connolly under center again. 44 Morris, and the pitch is to number 9 Wynn, who's set to the left on that play. That was a false start for Tewksbury. The ball is set on the 12-yard line. Connolly under center. Morris in motion. Pitch out, cut back, and tackled. Brought down. I think that's Tester in there. Yes, Tester first man to get to him. Tester's a co-captain this year. Tremendous inside linebacker. His job to sniff out the play, find it, and break it up. He certainly did all of those that time. The key part of the defense. Okay, official waving some people back to the sidelines. 2 receivers right, 1 in motion, give him the ball. Gets a block, cutting downfield towards the end zone. There's a flag in the air there. That was very good pickup. Tewksbury puts a lot of blockers along the line of scrimmage. North Andover has to come out of their 3-man front to defend that kind of formation and attack. Wynn is set with Morris behind Connolly. Tight end in an I. Give it to Wynn. Barging in there off left tackle. Brought down. And Tewksbury has scored. So Tewksbury on the board with 8:24 left. Took almost 4 minutes on that drive. They, of course, recovered the ball on the kickoff. North Andover held a good effort to hold them back, but they had tremendous field position to start with. North Andover was offside. The official sets the ball for play. Connolly coming into the huddle. He has a play from Coach Brian Alward, longtime Tewksbury coach. Been there for well over 15 years. Connolly on the center. Tight end. Comes to the middle and sets behind the quarterback. And illegal procedure again. Tewksbury coach is changing his baseball hat. Beside himself. So it looks like Tewksbury will try the point after. North Andover set to defend, and they block the kick, and it's picked up and run out to almost out to the 40-yard line. Great play by North Andover. It looked like that was, I believe that was Hamdi who ran the ball back after the block by another player unnamed at the moment. So with 8:24 in the first period, Tewksbury is about to kick off to North Andover. Low bounding kick to the back, cuts through. Nice blocking for him there, bringing the ball out over the 30. Nice run back of almost 20 yards. So North Andover goes on offense with a little over 8 minutes. So the linemen are Lopiano, Maloney, Samanuk, Pat Quinn, and Matt Farmer. Handoff. Watson with the ball, coming to the left side. Some good blocking, but Tewksbury again has all those players up near the line of scrimmage. Very difficult to run on that formation, that defensive formation. North Andover trying to stretch it out here to open the game. Try to spread the defense a bit. Watson again running to the right, cuts back, is in the open. A safety brings him down, or at least trips him. Brought down by the cornerback. Nice run. Watson coming out, coming to the sideline. Coach Dubzinski sending in a play. John McElroy at quarterback. He's a sophomore. This young man can run. He can throw the ball. He's an all-purpose quarterback. And young, so we should have him, we would hope, for 3 years. Okay, looks like an I formation. Can't see the numbers, but it might be Testa. I would expect that to be Watson, but can't see his number. And good leg drive. Watson has grown since he was a freshman last year. Looks to be taller, heavier, and looks just as fast and even more determined. Handoff again. Good for a short gain. Bringing up third, maybe 3rd and 3 perhaps. 3rd and 2. McElroy. Tierno coming in. He's usually a split end. Slattery. Batista and Watson behind McElroy. Handoff into the middle. That might be Testa. Swarmed by a host of Tewksbury tacklers and North Andover line blockers, and Testa is the last man up. So 4th and a long 1.5. North Andover, Dubzinski taking a few strides and folding his arms and saying, this is what I'm going for. Right here, right now. Pitch to Watson, cuts back, is in the open. Beautiful run, gets 7 or 8 yards and definitely a first down. Slanting to the right side, picking up a couple of blocks. Takes the secondary to bring him down. So Tierno coming out. Lopiano, the left tackle, on this near side of the field. Pitch again. Watson cuts back. A diving tackle by Lorick, the safety. Upsets Watson's rhythm and stride. Slows him up enough that another one of the defensive backs brings him down. So near side of the field, we have a receiver to the near side, and they give it to Watson, and he's brought down by several, including Hiltz. Blake Hiltz was in on the tackle, not the first man, but in on the tackle. He's a linebacker. He's a small, fast linebacker that often blitzes. When you run a 5-2, you can bring up someone who might otherwise be a safety, disrupt the offense. So a man to the right outside. McElroy drops back, rolling, gets by the first man, gets by the second, down the sideline. A good gain. Nice recovery there, but it is still 4th and about 5 or 6. Scoreboard says 7, but I think it's maybe 6. Dubzinski rolling the dice again. No punting here. No pinning him back. We need a score. McElroy rolling to the left side, throwing, has a man. Watson breaks away, needs a block, cutting back into 4 tacklers, but eventually at around the 10 or inside of the 10, he's brought down by several tacklers. Watson cutting as he went across the field back into the tacklers to try to find the shortest distance to the end zone. He might have gained more yards if he kept going, but they've been running him a lot in this opening quarter. So, and he's taking a beating every time he gets tackled. So Testa is immediately tackled by one of those fast defensive backs. I think that, yeah, that's Hiltz. They run a 5-2 with 2 inside linebackers. Morris is bigger at number 44. Hiltz is the smaller, faster player, probably the fastest of the 7 players up close. on defense. So Scanlon coming out wide right to the large side of the field. It's a pitch to Watson. Has the ball in one hand. He's swarmed under by defensive back. That might be Whitehouse. Or that tackle could have been, that could be Wild. Okay, so 2 receivers out to the right and 3 to the left for North Andover. Empty backfield, McElroy with the ball, throws a slant over the middle, received, and Watson says it's a touchdown. And the officials are now signaling it's a touchdown, so the game is now tied 6-6 with 1 minute and 35 in the opening quarter. North Andover refusing to lose here. Coming back, playing well, determined, and the coach challenging them to make plays, refusing to punt. A lot of guts. Gritty game here tonight. Tewksbury is a very good team. They're ranked in the top 20 in the state. Some have them 16, some 17 or 18. They have a good program. Coach Alwood, as I said before, has been there for many years now. Tewksbury, a growing town in Massachusetts. It's in a good spot for location. So the official gives the ball to North Andover. Marconi, number 10, sometimes plays fullback, sometimes linebacker. Marconi's a senior. 5'8", he's 185 pounds, and he's about to kick off. Two backs deep. For Tewksbury, a nice, good kick inside the 15-yard line. Run back, he has an opening, and brought down nicely. As soon as he got to Mike Coles for North Andover, who's 5'7", 165, but fast, he threw a tackle on him, brought him down. So Tewksbury starting with first down on just over the 42. Their 42. North Andover with five-man front. The ball is snapped. That fill-in center snapped the ball over the quarterback's head. He has to go back at least 10, 12 yards to fall on it. The fates favoring North Andover here. A fill-in center. The normal starting center is out with an injury. He's a senior. Set up perhaps to go to Amherst or one of the state schools, state colleges, universities next year. The normal center for Tewksbury is DeSisto. I was just referring to him and talking about him being the senior center who is is injured for this game. Coach Alwood taking no chances. DeSisto looked like he could play, but the coach's decision. And that favored North Andover. So Connolly alone in the backfield. Has 3 in tight to the right. Hands the ball double reverse back up over the center by number 1. Breaks it away for the first tackle and has 4 or 5 North Andover tacklers closing in on him, wrapping him up, but he's still moving his feet and moving forward. So it'll be that was probably about a 5-yard gain or so. So now we're looking at 3rd and perhaps 15. And Coach Dubzinski on the field, get the base, rocking the baseball cap. That might be a Red Sox cap. Red Sox closing in on a very successful year. A lot of good young players. So the Friday night team is out there. A little encouragement, a little coaching, a little advice, some water. Several water boys out there. Dubzinski and his father out there with the 3rd coach. Don't remember his name. Left early the other day. We could have met. These coaches give their free time to do this, to coach these young men and bring pride to the city of North Andover. Connolly rolling to his right, pursued by Testa. Testa dives at him. Testa was at least 6 yards away, took one last step, dove, covered a lot of ground in the air, and tackled him above the ankles. Just a great play by Testa. Testa, one of the tri-captains this year, deserved it, as they all do. Great leaders. And in motion for Tewksbury, they're going to punt. And I don't know if that was slightly tipped or the kicker just adjusted his swing foot in the face of some pressure. But anyway, not an awful kick, but decent field position for North Andover. A little over 10 minutes in the second quarter here. 10 minutes to go. McElroy coming in, having gotten a play from Coach Dubzinski, the younger. Dubzinski, a great football coaching family here in Massachusetts for many years. McElroy with another play. 2nd down, about 8. Farmer on the right, ready to block. Testa in the eye back. McElroy deep. 3 cutting across the middle. Overthrown. It was a good overthrow by McElroy, because as he began to release the ball, you could see the safety coming across the field to pick up the coverage for the cornerback who had been beaten. And if the ball was on target, the safety undoubtedly would have picked it off. So it looks like just a long throw, but that was good control by McElroy to do the right thing there. McElroy rolling. Down the sideline, Watson. Oh, Watson hand fighting with the defender. Just Dorigo, the defender, just off his hand. If he hadn't had the hand check, if he had just continued running, but you know, he's thinking one thing, the quarterback's thinking the other. The quarterback's thinking he's running at absolute top speed, and Watson is trying to shed the defender. So it looks like we're punting here. Line drive kick. Hopefully it'll stay in the field of play. Official says it goes out at about the 22. That might have rolled to the end zone if it got the comeback bounce, but it did not. So a change of possessions, 9 minutes and change in the first half. North Andover 7. Did I say that? North Andover 7 and Tewksbury 6. The Tribune is probably putting that out on the wire as we speak. The odds in Vegas and downtown Lawrence being adjusted at this moment. Quarterback falls on the handoff. Barging up the middle is Morris, 44. It's the size, it's called a running back, but he's definitely fullback size and width. A guy who's very difficult to tackle. You don't just throw yourself at his legs. You have to chest high him and hope for somebody else closes as well. Connolly still in, eye back, fakes, gives to number 9 down the sideline. Forced to cut back in. The sideline was denied Morris. I think Nunez for North Andover. Probably, I guess, would be the cornerback on that side, you would think. So Dobzinski and Dad barking some instructions into the defense. Scanlon out wide on defense at this side, covering the wide receiver. The ball given, and a beautiful shoulder tackle by Tierno coming up to put one on the running back. Nice tackle. Short gain, 2nd and 8 for Tewksbury. That was Wynn with the ball for Tewksbury. So North Andover switching the outside linebackers, or defensive ends, if you will. They're not huge for defensive ends, but they play their position. Connolly eluding more. It's got a hand on him, but overthrows. You know, he turned his shoulder to get away from the hand of the defender, and that was enough to throw his body turn off, and the ball sailed long. Rotate the shoulders over the hips. He had already started to rotate, so didn't have the form necessary to throw the ball to a wide open receiver. Morris, 44, is brought down by blitzing Testa. Mike Testa leading out there, just blitzing through. Hopefully he ran right over that substitute center. He ran right through several players to get to the quarterback, who was shocked to find him there. Quarterback had to fight to keep the ball himself. There's a punt, just barely. I think that might have been tipped. because it didn't get a nice high spiral. It sort of ducked off to the side, a wobbling kick that still gets down inside the North Andover 30. Probably going to be set around the 24. Dubzinski sends in McElroy. Looks like North Andover throwing back, coming back to the side with fewer blockers. A nice change in the formation there by North Andover to deal with this Tewksbury defensive line. Set a lot of people on the left. 1, 2, 3 on the right. 2 on the left. Double reverse. Bursting up the middle and then shoulder tackled. Oh, number 5 has got the fumble for Tewksbury. Just a blistering tackle thrown on. I think that might have been Marconi with the ball bursting through, making a nice gain. He was stopped at the knees by one of the defenders and then blasted to the chest with a shoulder pad. Just rocked the ball out of there. Didn't knock it very far, but just far enough to be picked up and run back in. So Tewksbury scores on the fumble, recovery, and run back. And with 6 minutes to go in the first half, Tewksbury now has 12 to North Andover 7. Looks like a timeout. So that was run back. That might have been Hiltz, Dorigo, or Lorick. Somebody with a single number, I think, for Tewksbury. I was focused on the struck North Andover ball carrier, who was crushed by that hit. You know, if you're not in the grasp of a tackle, you can move your feet, adjust your body, but if somebody is holding you, you're defenseless. You can't find a way to adjust, to absorb the blow or avoid the blow. Anyway, Connolly still quarterbacking. Number 89 gets in that, and then a triple I. Give the ball to number 9 for Tewksbury. That's Win again. And that rush for extra point, of course, was good. So it's now Tewksbury, the guests, have 14 points. And your North Andover Scarlet Knights have 7 and playing well. This is, as we said before, a tough team. This is one of the toughest, it might be the toughest team on the schedule this year. And we do play Andover, of course, on Thanksgiving Day. Watson, just a really nice run. Ran to the side, found the seam, cut up in, knees up. Good control of the ball, good form. running up into the open slot, but tackled at the 35. First down for North Andover. Watson again, coming from the right side, taking the inside handoff, cutting up over center, but wrapped up. Matt Farmer, right tackle. Pat Quinn, the guard. Samanuk, the center. Snap. The quarterback fakes the handoff. Testa was blocking out in front on that play. And McElroy, a short gain that fooled Tewksbury, but they have so many men near the line of scrimmage. They're running this 5-2 defense. Most people are running a 3-4. So now Tewksbury has 4 men, 5, 6, 7, 8 near the line of finish. And a handoff running left again is Marconi for North Andover. A decent little gain. It's bringing up 4th down, however. Not close to the first down, probably 3.5 yards. We're on the board. The coach earlier was running in these situations, running a play. And a nice line drive kick down in that same area. Apparently we decided let's kick to the left, let it roll out of bounds and prevent a return. That's decent strategy. Anything can happen with a high school return. You just have to find an undisciplined open seam and you're gone, or at least gone for 75 of the 100 yards. Change of the ball here. Official spots it on the 34. First down. Running up over the guard and the center for Tewksbury is Morris, making a good gain there. Catanzano, number 81, blocking for him. Okay. Two wide receivers this side, but they give the ball in the middle. Tewksbury, wide receiver, probably normally a running back, just blasting away after the play at the North Andover defender. That's Wynn, who's carried the ball many times tonight, blocking for a teammate. So Catanzano, the end, comes on this side. He's a tight end in a normal tight end position. We've got a lot of men on the line to block. And Wynn gets the ball, breaks away, eludes the cornerback on that side, but who spins with him and wraps him up and brings him down. But a decent gain for Wynn and a first down. Testa coming back into the game here. Middle linebacker, set about in the middle, about 3 yards back. Looking, comes up close, dives in for Wynn, the ball carrier, and corrals him right at the line of scrimmage. They spin around together, and eventually the tackle is complete for almost no gain. An aggressive play by the middle linebacker to just throw caution to the wind and cross the line of scrimmage, leaving the middle of the field wide open. But if you read the quarterback, if you read the defense, or the offense, and you anticipate that this can't be a pass, then like Matt Testa, you take your shot. There's a pitch, Wynn fakes a pass, plows up into the middle, makes 6 or 7 yards, and is brought down by Testa and others. Including Marconi. And Pat Quinn. So Scanlon out as the cornerback on this this near side of the field, which is the wide side of the field. Ball on the far stripe. Lorick, wide out, thin, fast, tall receiver. 55 throws his arm out and spins the ball carrier, where 3 players, including Marconi, come up to make the stop. Tierno in on that stop as well. Nice 4th down and a beautiful defensive stand by North Andover to deny Tewksbury the first down with less than a minute in the half. So North Andover now has the ball. Dubzinski talking to McElroy, the quarterback. Testa getting a little blow at the sidelines. He's heading back in. So here we are. Are we playing it safe? Down by 7? Are we going to air it out? One receiver here on the short side of the field by the sideline. Pass the ball to Watson. Breaks into the open. Down the sideline. Crosses midfield. Forced out of bounds. 3 defenders on Watson. Watson coming back with a limp. Was pushed out of bounds. Toppled into the North Andover bench. Watson trying to stretch that ankle out, ready to play. Tester in front of him to block. Watson coming back to this side, cuts back, tackled by 2 or 3 arms on him as he tried to find the seam between the tacklers to cut back into the middle of the field. Makes about 4 yards on the first down. Watson can feel the gap at the edge of the defense. As soon as he has that ball, he's at top speed, trying to beat the defenders to the edge. Watson in motion. How about a pass down the sideline here? Watson, McElroy back, looking for Watson. Rolling, pointing downfield. Now he decides to head for the sidelines and gets out of bounds. Nice move by McElroy. He was still looking and pointing for someone to get open in the middle of the field. and then had to juke a defender, did that, headed for the sidelines, and said, am I going to turn up or am I going to get out of bounds? Time to get out of bounds. Save on the clock. It's 38 seconds to go. It is now 3rd and about 5. Ball on Tewksbury 42. A big tight end in here on the right. Full offensive line in tight for North Andover. McElroy back and rolling. Throws. I think that's Watson. Yes, Watson is with a comebacker. 2 defenders on him. Takes them downfield, 10 or 15 yards. Turns, come back. McElroy rolling. Times the pass. Waits till he turns to come back and just lofts it to him. And, of course, Watson says, we got the yardage. No need to fight here. Besides, his ankle is under some stress, so let's get out of bounds. Make the catch, get out of bounds. Run fast downfield, stopped on the good ankle, turn, come back. Tierno on this side of the field. 3 splits with Testa in the backfield with McElroy. McElroy rolling again by the defender. Nice block by North Andover, offensive player on number 89 for Rosberg for Tewksbury. So that was a gain of 5 or 6. More than 5, not as much as 6. Officials set the ball, or 25 seconds. Testa next to McElroy. Watson down the sideline. Has it. Has the ball over the defender. Down the sidelines. In for the score. And North Andover with a chance to pull even. Or who knows, go ahead, but definitely to pull even here. North Andover, Watson 1-on-1, single man coverage on the outside, 3 receivers to the opposite side, and looks like we're set up for a kick. And the matchup favored the speed of Watson. McElroy lofted the ball nicely over the defender, over the shoulder of Watson. Watson just had to cradle it as it came down. At any rate, it looks like the kick was not good, a low kick. And so Tewksbury leads barely, and by 1. Tewksbury, the guest, 14, and the home Knights, the Scarlet Knights, here at Joe Walsh, 13 hard-fought points. So McElroy getting a little water here, getting some congratulations by one of his vaunted Lefton, Nick Lefton, congratulating him. Watson getting congratulations from McElroy. Nice play, Watson. Nice play, Darren. He has grown into a man in his sophomore year of high school. I guess that would make him, what, 15, I suppose. He was a very fast player at 14 as a freshman last year. At the end of the year, coach let him play, and proved to be a wise decision. Anyway, Marconi knocks the ball on a bounce, another bounce, 4 bounces, and up the middle. About the 35, the Tewksbury is number 9 of Tewksbury, Wynn, who sees the ball a lot. Wynn and Morris have had the majority, although Tyler Ward had some plays early in the first period. So here we are, Connolly with 2 backs behind him in an I formation, fakes to the first, who blasts up and blocks downfield. Morris just taking on a smaller North Andover defender, Tierno. Tierno's 5'10", 160. Morris is a much bigger player. So that Tewksbury doesn't give any stats for height and weight. So at the half, North Andover 13, and the visitors Tewksbury 14. And we'll be back with second half action.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun? Whoa, 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 whoa. Can you feel the sun?
Okay, we've got action on the field here by some youngsters, but the Tewksbury Redmen coming in here tonight, they had just had they performed a 21-0 shutout of a very good Methuen Rangers team last Friday night, and they currently sit atop the standings here in Division II of the Merrimack Valley Conference. Looking at the standings, the Billerica Indians, who had a outstanding team last year and do this year as well. They like Tewksbury, our big, fast, strong team. They're also 2-0. So both of those teams are our opponents, and they're both in the top 20.
Number 50, Easton Cooperstein. Number 52, Jason Goslin. Number 54, Curtis Farr. 55, Camden Bethel. Number 56, Hugh Day. 58, Logan Benko. Number 60, Colin McDonough. And rounding up the team, number 65, Scott Harris Jr. Here we go, and the offense is lining up.
Okay, We're back here at halftime. The couple of pint-sized teams on the field here representing North Andover. And once again, I'm with Mike McMahon of the Eagle Tribune, eagletribune.com. Mike's going to write a story of this game, and it should be online at about 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. So if you're up late, get on the internet and check out a spectacular story about a terrific game. Mike, what did you think of the first half?
It was a little bit of a test of wills there for the first quarter. You know, Darren Watson, I think the numbers are roughly 35 yards. I think I had him on 13 or 14 carries, but he looks electric.
Yes.
I mean, he looks like he could have. I mean, against some other defenses, because we were talking about how this Tewksbury defense is pretty good. Against some other defenses, I mean, he might have an 80 or 90-yard first half.
Yeah, he has learned to find the corner and plant his foot and turn up, and he comes out of that fast.
And they were doing a nice job, too. Like, even at the end there, they were splitting them out wide and sort of keeping the defense on their toes a little bit. That last drive in the last couple minutes, there was a couple times where he lined up in the backfield, and then McElroy would motion him out to the outside or in the slot. And it sort of fooled the defense, I think, a couple of times, especially when they were throwing the ball late.
Yes. And the deciding play when they put him out wide one-on-one with the defender, and McElroy rolled out, and he lofted the ball perfectly so that it was over the defender. The defender reached for it. He didn't have it. It was still floating down out of the sky, and it just Watson just had to put his arms out into a cradle position as it came down. So it was a beautiful pass by McElroy, but the speed of Watson getting away from the defender is what made the play.
Yeah, that created the separation, and it was a real nice throw. Like you said, he sort of had a nice loft on it to the back shoulder. I mean, there's not many guys who are going to be able to defend that.
Exactly. That's like out of heaven. That's, as a receiver, that's the dream you have, that the ball floats down out of the sky. So it was a well-fought, competitive first half. Both teams played well. Coach Tewksbury in the first, at least in the first quarter, I think there were 2 or 3 occasions when he had a fourth down and he could have punted on several successive drives, and he rolled the dice every time. He refused to lose. I used to say he refused to punt, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But I think that motivated the team. That gave the team some direction. Yeah,
you know, it's funny. I always wonder why we don't see that more. Because you think about it, I mean, especially some of these offenses in high school, they can average 5-6 yards a play.
Yes.
And especially when you get in some of those real short yardage, 4th downs, 4th and 1, 4th and 2. And I've always wondered why they don't roll the dice a little bit more, but I think they did it twice in a row.
Yes.
In that opening drive. Hey, 2 4th downs there. Yeah, I mean, that, I'm sure it's a confidence booster. I mean, it's hard not to be, right? If you're in the field and you're in the sideline, you go for something like that. And
exactly.
You start to get some energy.
When you're out on the field and you're young and you have some confidence, but you wonder, and when the coach expresses such confidence in you, I think it makes the guys play better.
Especially because one of them was right at midfield, I think it was, too. I mean, it's not like you had him deep in your own territory. You were doing it in critical points in the field and still picked them up.
Last Thanksgiving, we played Andover, and Dubzinski did that constantly in the second half. Andover was a very difficult team to stop. So, in a way, you had to either give up or roll the dice on 4th down every time, and they did, and they made almost all of them. So it isn't as though he hasn't done that before. And like you say, in high school, it's a good strategy. It makes for a more interesting game.
Yep.
It keeps you on the edge of your seat. And the listeners out there, this is a terrific Friday evening, and we have a great snack bar here. And there are a lot of people out here, families and people and these young tykes playing out on the field. So, and Tewksbury's nearby. So it's a great event. Mike is in the midst of writing a story, and we'll wrap it up after the game, and it'll be online, as we said, early in the morning, and you can read it in tomorrow's Eagle Tribune as well as all of the other Merrimack Valley and other sports in the area. So I
think we had about 10 games tonight going on that we had people at, so we were all over the place.
The Eagle Tribune covering the Merrimack Valley as usual. Any final thoughts on this half or the second half? Or
It's this is going to be a really interesting second half, because I know we do like a Friday football show on the website. Mike Muldoon and Dave Willis, two guys on staff. They do videos. You can see the videos on the website, I think, every Friday. And they both picked Tewksbury in this game. I mean, I think a lot of people really didn't give North Andover a chance in this game, because Tewksbury is a pretty powerful team and ranked the way they are. And they have themselves in position. I mean, you're only down a point. Could have been tied at the half.
Exactly.
I mean, you got yourselves in position to maybe pull off an upset here. So it should be an interesting second half.
We look forward to it. We look forward to watching it, and hope viewers at home. I'm not sure we're doing this one live, but it is running on Friday evening, and so we look forward to the second half. And thank Mike McMahon from the Eagle Tribune. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning, 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash, 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George. Learn the signs of a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Spot a stroke fast.
Hello again for the Scarlet Knights. This is Ray Ahern, and I have with me our new police chief, Gray, and he's going to comment on this game. I think you have a son or
I do. My middle one is number 10 out there. He just made a nice 30-yard run. I'm very proud of him.
This is a very interesting game. Why don't you comment and tell us about it?
This is the second game the Boosters football D team has done. Last year it was started by our commissioner, John Vincent, and he had the idea of having a halftime game for the little guys to kind of get the crowd involved in it and show that this
is terrific.
This program starts at such a young age.
Yeah.
And these kids, this is a Super Bowl to them out here tonight.
Terrific.
And then
is this their final game?
This is just a scrimmage.
Oh, okay.
Their game's tomorrow in North Reading, but I think we just had another touchdown. Did I just see that?
I think you did, yes.
So again, this is the D team scrimmage. These are 3rd and 4th graders.
Now we have at least one more home game after this one, at least. Will we be able to get them at halftime?
No, we only do this once a year because the marching band isn't out here like they normally are.
Oh.
So I think the rain helped us out because they were supposed to go first. We would have only had 5 minutes. These guys are getting 15 minutes of glory right now, and they're loving every minute of it, I can tell you.
For everyone who's at home watching this, whether you're watching it Friday night or whether you see it on a replay during the week, you know, you want to speak to someone in town about having these little guys out here at halftime as often as possible. You know, North Andover has at least 4 home games every year, and sometimes more, 5 or 6. And this is a great development tool for them. And you can tell that they're playing under the lights. They're thrilled and they're performing like it.
It's under the lights, and they hear their names being called on the loudspeaker, and they're going to watch it on the North End of a cam some other time. They're going to love this. They'll remember this for the rest of their lives.
Take over and broadcast this.
Here, I don't have my number sheet in front of me, but we have I can't even see the number of, looks like a handoff into the, nope, that's it actually. It was a handoff to the the running back, and that was it. And now they're actually exiting the field as we speak, through the rain and waving very proudly. So look at that. That's outstanding.
And, you know, I remember this, if you haven't spent your energy during the game running to the other end zone and beating everyone else on the field is what it's all about.
You got it. And these guys, they practice 3 nights a week for 2 hours. They're running up and down the field every night. So for them, this is what it's all about. This is more important than the game tomorrow, I think, in North Reading. So.
Well, is the game in North Reading tomorrow on film?
I don't think it's on film, but it's the D team's playing at 9, and then the other teams are playing throughout the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
And you're going to the game tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm involved in the B team as well. So yes, I'll be at the D and the B games tomorrow.
So what we need to do now is we need to recruit someone that can take a camera, if not all of this apparatus, take a camera to the game, and 2 people, someone standing like yourself broadcasting the game and someone filming it, and then we can put it on 2 or 3 times a week, and we can make DVDs of them.
That'd be outstanding.
DVDs.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But again, thank you for having me. I'm watching them go off the field now, so I'm going to resume my duties in the concession stand.
You know, I should know,
Yep.
but I don't. The new town hall has an opening date coming up, and there'll be early registration and absentee balloting. Do you have an idea of what date the town hall is reopening?
I want to say on or about the 24th. That's the date I kind of heard.
That seems to be what I had in my head, too, as well. And so we don't have the absolute date, but for anyone who's interested in going down to town hall to pay taxes, etc., you won't have to go to the Lucent building for much of anything on the 24th or after the 24th.
Right.
But at least for voting, I'm sure that will be the first thing they put in.
I believe they have a plan already in place to have, I think they're going to use Lucent, but I'm not sure. I think Town Clerk Bradshaw is going to be working something out beforehand. So they have a plan in place. I just don't know it right now off the top of my head.
All right. I heard that you're going to be able to go there to the refurbished town hall in the center of town for voter registration, absentee balloting.
That could be it. Yeah.
At least.
You may be right.
I may have misspoken if I said voting. Voting, of course, will be here at the high school as it always is.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, thank you for having me. This was a wonderful opportunity, and always a pleasure.
Things happen for a reason.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Our new police chief and his son out there on the field. Another North Andover night moment here from Joe Walsh Stadium.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Boy, it's good to be in here, huh? I did this. Maybe. All right, North Andover back here for the second half. It's pouring rain. North Andover about to kick off. The ball is almost mishit, you would say, and it is fumbled, and North Andover says they have it. You know, early in the game, this is the make-up fumble, I think. We lost a fumble to Tewksbury. So the officials are now signaling first down. It's a shame we didn't kick it farther downfield to get the fumble. A wet ball. So this second half may be, the first half was hard fought. Second half may be an adventure. So persistence will pay off here. Never say die. Never give in, never give up. McElroy under center. Tester out, blocking, deflecting. Watson finding the sideline, but a lot of defenders meet him at the sideline. But they make at least 4 yards. So second down and 6. Testa, McElroy, Watson, Tierno out wide by himself. McElroy gives it into the middle to Watson, and he is just attacked by Hiltz, that small, fast linebacker roving back for Tewksbury. A lot of tall defensive linemen for Tewksbury. So everyone in tight. Hiltz out wide. Ball given inside to Testa. It was wrapped up immediately by one of those interior linemen. Sean Barker for Tewksbury, 76. You know, they have so many people. Normally you're looking at a 3-man defensive line in high school and in the pros and college. But Tewksbury almost dares you to throw the ball. So North Andover, not much sign of the Everett offense tonight. Watson breaking away. Shake and bake. Gets away again. And it looks like the ball must have come loose, because I thought I just saw a signal for nope. I don't know what that signal. The official on the far side was pointing as though Tewksbury had the ball, but of course they don't. McElroy. I formation blocks the defensive end. Testa opens a hole up over guard, left guard for Watson. Maloney and Lopiano on that side of the ball, blocking well. Samanek to McElroy. Watson sprints out wide, is just attacked by the cornerback. Attacks him full on at the knees. That was Montoyo, fast cornerback for Tewksbury. McElroy coming in again with a play, this time from the offensive coordinator. Tierno wide out to the left. Bursting in for the touchdown. I think that's Testa. Who else? So 6 points for North Andover with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the rain is just drenching rain. Lots of umbrellas here. but not everyone has one. So the crowd has thinned out a bit as people head for get themselves under cover. So the ball is set, ready for play. Scanlon coming in. The Debzinskis and the coordinator out there on the field. The whole brain trust on this particular play. So McElroy back with Testa next to him. He rolls, pitches into the corner, and that ball is easily intercepted. Two defenders between Watson and the ball. And, of course, although there was another run back, they don't count in high school football. Can't advance the failed point. So North Andover up by 5 now in the third quarter. 19 North Andover Knights and Tewksbury 14. The Tewksbury Redmen. So, that pass that just was attempted, the ball is wet and the rain is coming down. It's pretty difficult to get a good pass through the air with anything on it. Ball kicked along the ground, picked up again, blasting up the middle. That might have been Dorigo. To take a look here. Yes, it was Dorigo for Tewksbury. So the Redmen have the ball, first down, out close to the 40-yard line, maybe the 39. So Wynn with the ball going wide right, stretching it out, looking for the corner, moves the ball at least 8 or 9 yards. Good enough for a first down. Out to almost midfield. Tewksbury 49. Connolly under center. Morris. Hands to Morris, bursting through the middle. Runs high with his knees high. A big boy. Running like a fullback of the 1960s. I think there was an Alec Webster who had a 44 for the New York Giants in 1960. Okay. Another ball carrier. Latoyo, number 1. He's lean, mean, fast, tall, thin. Speedster, but could not get through the hole. Good defensive tackling by North Andover on that right side. Matt Farmer, Quinn, Scanlon. Okay. Hard-nosed football now. The challenge, the gauntlet has been thrown with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Mano a mano. And now the Tewksbury running back, has turned his ankle in the act of being tackled. Brought down. Spinning. Players get taped, but it's almost not enough. But it certainly keeps them on the field. And his Wynn finds a seam and is gone. Wynn eluding the safety and then the cornerback. Safety up tight, expecting the running play, but Wynn cuts through at such an angle that he's not running straight up the field. He's racing for the sideline, and the safety's standing there going perpendicular, expecting to run perpendicular to the line of scrimmage. And all you can do is dive and hope you get his ankle, and it didn't happen. And the kick is no good. So the offense comes hard fought and in small numbers. Tewksbury now 20, North Andover 19. So here we are with 5:45 in the third period. The head coach Dobzinski talking to some of his players about who he wants on the field, what he wants them to do. He's bringing Salmonuk to the sidelines off that kickoff team, replacing him with a faster man in the middle. Want to make sure that if they run it up the middle, the runner's running at top speed, and Salmonuk would be coming at half speed, trying to stay in his lane. So that's a mismatch, as good as Salmonuk is. My father used to say, there's nothing you can do in football better than to run fast. You run faster than the other person, you always have an advantage no matter what you're doing. So when you get that kickoff, you're running as fast as you can, almost as a means of self-protection. Wouldn't seem that, but faced with the choice, it becomes the thing to do. Okay, so ball received here. I think this runs like Watson. The North Andover numbers are difficult to see under this lighting at night. They don't have white margins on the edge. And whatever color they have on the edge, there's not much of it. And doesn't help to read the numbers. McElroy, Watson, Testa, ball into Watson, goes off the right guard, cuts over the middle, looking to split the two middle linebackers. Would have bounced from the bigger one to the smaller, faster one. So second and about 8. North Andover down by 1. Ball on about the 38, 36. Watson finds a seam. Just excellent at catching that ball, and in an instant, because Tewksbury is wearing white, so even if you're looking at someone out of your peripheral vision, you can find the hole. But Watson looking right at him, finding the hole, getting the most out of that play. So Scanlon to the near side on this side. McElroy back, looking downfield for Scanlon or Testa, forced to throw the ball away. Morris, big Morris, playing linebacker, had a shot at it. So 4.5 minutes. North Andover with 4th down. They're in a punt formation in the pouring rain. 3 blockers protecting the kicker. Single man back. We've been kicking towards the left corner all evening. Now the idea here is to get the ball to the kicker. Nice job. In spite of the rain. Dropped by the returner, but picks it up and finds the sideline. God. Drops it, turns his back, picks it up. That is the most annoying thing, because you lose somehow. Defenders are unable to anticipate the first step. They're running downfield, timing themselves with the man receiving the ball, stride for stride. And when they drop it, that throws everything off. Throws the timing off altogether. And then when they turn their back, that's even more confusing. It looks like a disastrous thing to do, and it is, but more often than not, results in a surprising gain. So first down for Tewksbury. They're on the midfield stripe with the ball. The substitute center snapping back to Connolly, giving the ball to number 23 for Tewksbury, Ward. Tyler Ward hasn't carried the ball that I remember in a while. That was a decent carry. He's not the tallest player. No need to be tall to play in that wingback position. It's better actually to be short. You get lost behind the blocking lineman. Tyler Ward out wide. Connolly and Morris, I formation. Gives the ball to the number 1 ball carrier, who darts, weaves, cut back, keeps moving forward. Win with a big run. An important run at this point in the game. 3 minutes and 20 seconds in the third quarter. And in a short period of time, in a couple of plays, they've covered 15 yards from midfield into North Andover territory. They're not in the red zone yet, but they're making progress. So at some point here, they need to upset the rhythm of this offense. The ball is given directly up the middle to the fullback on a quick hitter, something you'd expect to see out of Nebraska football 20 years ago. On a 5-yard gain. North Andover not overly big on the defensive line. Tyler Ward with the ball makes about 3 yards to the edge. Stays in bounds. Clock is running. Coming down to 2 minutes. Testa before the snap. Take a couple of quick steps up to the line of scrimmage, over the guard, center. Try to make the guard flinch, try to make the center have a bad exchange. And then he takes a step back and runs with Tyler Ward to tackle him. So Morris in the eye. Rosenberg, there's a fumble, bad exchange. North Andover player clapping his hands, but apparently Tewksbury's maintained possession, and that will bring up a 4th and 3, or actually it looks more like a 4th and 4 from the spot. Wet ball. What do you do here? I don't think Tewksbury's going to kick. So the question is, what defense will we play? And will they run up the middle again with Morris? Will they fake it to Morris and pitch it wide to win? They haven't thrown anything that I remember as a quick slant to a tight end here tonight. Sometimes that's effective. And the rain is falling. It's a beautiful night, though. If you're wet, you're wet. It might be a little uncomfortable, but it could be a lot worse. So Connolly has Rosberg switch sides. Bring a receiver over. They're overmanned. And what do we have here? Timeout. So a nice defensive call there by North Andover. Tewksbury coach didn't like the anticipated outcome. Brian Alward, longtime Tewksbury coach. And a run off right tackle, just swallowed up by the North Andover defenders, and they get half of the yardage they needed, and so there's a turnover. North Andover takes over the ball with less than a minute in the third quarter. The rain is falling, the ball is wet, slippery. The night is susceptible. The Knights are ready. McElroy rolling, throwing. The ball is tipped by Tewksbury. Hiltz, that quick linebacker, gets his hand on it near the sideline. McElroy did not have his primary receiver downfield, who for some reason was engaged in a block with the defender 20 yards downfield. There was a short receiver going across the field, running across the field as a safety outlet. McElroy tried to find him, but it was problematic because he was very well covered. And the best thing to do would have been to throw it another 2 yards, and it would have been entirely out of bounds. So here we are back again. It is a 2nd and 10. Watson in the backfield. The defenders spread wide, looking for a wide run. McElroy avoids a tackle and throws the ball away. So 2 downs without success throwing the ball. Tewksbury choosing to run the ball here at the end of the third quarter. North Andover choosing to throw the ball in the rain. So it's a turf field, but the advantage of throwing it is if you make one cut and get away from the defender. If you catch the ball, well, it's just a sprint to the end zone. So, timeout, North Andover. They want to think this over. But I guess they just decided, the head coach just decided he would prefer to change the play. Not much else. They have a coach on the field with a dry ball for North Andover. Waiting for the wet one. Takes the ball. One of the coordinators. North Andover happy to have a dry ball in play. McElroy rolling again. He is just swarmed, but Watson makes the catch, but not enough for a first down. So it looks like it will be 4th and about 4. They're marking it off as 4th and 4. So Dubzinski, given the choice previously, decided to punt. And I guess the time has run out for the third quarter. So we get a little time to consider. The rain seems to have let up somewhat. It's not pouring, it's moving sideways without much wind. So that's a light but persistent rain here now. Good punt. Wonderful punt. High. Spiral. And Tewksbury takes over. Fair catch. Ball spotted a little short of the Tewksbury 32. And we now have 10:55 in the final quarter of this terrific game. 1 point. One missed extra point. Amongst a number of decisions on points, point tries. And that's the difference in the game on the scoreboard. This is a courageous fight by North Andover. Testing the middle. Oh, out wide, and the first tackler is not able to bring him down. Down the sidelines for about a 20-yard gain. I think that was win. You can't really tell from here whether it's a 6 or a 9. Oh, it's the 9. So it is win. In motion, gets the ball again, up over tackle, met by 3 or 4 North Andover defenders, but still manages to plow forward for 4 more yards. So they had him stopped for a gain of about 3 or 4, and he managed to gain another several yards on that. So second down, about 4. Connolly, Morris, and Ward. Tyler Ward is the deep in the eye. Ward gets the ball, follows the blockers, cuts back, is in the open, and he fumbles the ball. North Andover is there, and North Andover has the ball. Fate strikes. Once again. Scanlon. Watson dips, skips over, and is not going to be able to outrun that man, but takes himself out of bounds. He was about to be crushed by Rosberg, who's a defensive end. But a big gain right after the fumble. What a turn of events in this game. 9 minutes to go. North Andover down by 1. North Andover comes out. Watson, the deep back. Testa in front of him. You know, we've gone from that Everett offense to a traditional offense here tonight. Testa is wrapped up, smashed, crashed. Hiltz is in there on the tackle immediately. That blitzing linebacker, I think that was the Hiltz brothers, the twin brothers, on that tackle. Apparently the brothers were able to, through ESP, know the play. They were in Watson's, in Testa's mind and their own. So a pitch to Watson. Looks for the corner, steps inside of the cornerback, but too many tacklers there. Whitehouse was the outside defender, was juked, managed to get a hand on Watson's ankle and force him back into other tacklers. So Scanlon wide. Oh, Watson fumbles the ball. Tewksbury looks like they're on it. They say they are. What a development. That play, the quarterback was unable to hold the ball. Then Watson was unable to hold it, and then he was hit and it came out. So the ball was loose about 3 times on that one play, covering about 3 seconds. Lopiano giving Watson a pat. Come on, stay with us. Oh, it looks like the ball is mishandled again. This time by Morris for Tewksbury. No, we should institute a new rule where if you can kick the ball in the rain, you can move it forward. It'd be a lot of action. Because the ball loose again. It looks like the Tewksbury player slid towards control of the loose ball. And I think he did get himself wrapped around it before anyone else could get there. But that ball is just all over the place now. Six minutes and change to go in this game. 1 point separates the two teams and has for a while. A wide receiver to this side of the field. Everyone else in tight. Ball in motion. And flags. What do we have? Is it a procedure? The Elwood, the coach for Tewksbury, is upset. He's making gestures. He's back on the sideline. Tewksbury deciding, hey, we need to talk this over. The coach wants to get control here. Had an emotional moment with the performance on that mess up on that play, and now has everyone on the sideline getting reorganized. North Andover is talking over their preparation. A little over 6 minutes to go. 3rd and 15. At least. Looks like it might be closer to 16. They have to make the 33-yard line. It looks to me like they're perhaps on the 17. Difficult to see the marker in the rain here. Maybe the 18. So that's a good 15. North Andover on the field. They know what they want to do, what defense they want to put up. Tewksbury taking longer. May have decided to wait and see what North Andover came out in. Wet ball going off the field. And pass down the sideline. Defenders there. Oh my God, he caught it anyway. Number 5 is bursting away. They could not bring him down. He makes another 20 yards on his own. What a play. It looked like the ball would be short and intercepted. Both defenders thought they would have a shot at the ball, and they each took a step laterally across the field rather than a step downfield with the receiver. The ball floated over both defenders and in. They managed to get to him, but couldn't bring him down after the catch. The tough runner. Keep your knees up, keep your knees moving, keep your legs moving. Pitch to handoff to Morris off of left tackle. So the substitute center has handled the ball well in this half. Everyone else is having a problem. Quarterback floated that ball out there. You don't have to throw a bullet. In motion and coming back to this side, looking for an opening but not finding it. A nice positioning on the tackle. I think that was Marconi. But again, the Knights' numbers in these lights, the edges of the numbers, there just isn't that much of a nighttime differential between the black and the red and the scarlet. Not as much as you'd hope. And the edging of the numbers is kind of a silver gray, reflective, but just doesn't do it for night football. But we're here for Friday night football. And looks like another timeout, Tewksbury. This is turning into an umbrella endurance test. Lots of big umbrellas outside the window here. If you're sitting in the stadium and you don't have an umbrella, you want to sit near, behind, or next to someone with a big umbrella. You don't want to sit behind the big umbrella because then you don't see anything but the umbrella. And you're getting wet. But this is a great game. This is an event. Friday night football, the Scarlet Knights. And the Tewksbury Redmen wore in white with red numerals. Substitute center is going to long snap back. Here's an adventure. The ball is high, but the quarterback roams to the left. He's fast. Breaks away again. He's wrestled close to the goal line. God, 3 minutes and 45. Tewksbury by 1. The ball in scoring zone territory. Connolly back in with the play from Coach Alvard. Rosberg, 2 tight ends on the right. The ball comes up the middle. North Andover there holds at the line of scrimmage in spite of all that blocking. Second down. Nice defensive stop by North Andover. Pat Quinn, Farmer, Maloney, Carter, Tesla, Moreno. And a timeout again. Alwood working on a high school record for timeouts in a game. .238. You know, on Thursday, the team, the North Andover varsity and the junior varsity, have a team meal. They meet in the cafeteria, and the parents prepare a feast, a veritable feast. Pasta, sausage, and it's a wondrous thing. So we visited briefly to see it occur and to take some pictures of the team. Here we are back on the field, ready to go. Now the tight end in motion, gets back into the eye for blocking to coming this way, and North Andover swarms the receiver, but he gets in anyway. He's stepping over North Andover tacklers, dragging at him, hitting him, falling off in the rain with the wet. Just too damn wet to bring him down. And I think the local enterprise of long excellence in North Andover, otherwise known as Joe Fish, had something to do with that team meal. And so, just barely, it's now 27. It's North Andover 19, and the Redmen 27. Pasta, good for the endurance runner, good for endurance. Here's North Andover out here, which has now become a driving rain again. Sopping. Don't have to launder these uniforms, they'll just have to hang them over the goalposts. So there's actually standing water at a few points on the field here now. Beyond where the kick returners are standing at the moment. Tewksbury about to kick off with 2:27. The ball is received, cradled, back into the middle, breaks away, heads down the sideline, close to midfield, and over midfield on the return. The coach, Dubzinski, the younger, is enthused. He's counseling 3 or 4 players going in as to what he wants. What is the formation? What will we be doing here on this drive? This all-important drive with 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Ball over midfield to the Tewksbury 48. Semenuk out of the huddle. McElroy, 3 receivers to this side of the field. 2 to the other side. The ball deep down the middle, overthrown, everyone overthrown. McElroy cradling that ball deep in his hand and just shot putting it, but it's well beyond everyone. Although his receiver, the rain throws the timing off. If he's able to get the ball back in his hand quicker with a good solid grip on it, he's able to get it out of his hand just as the North Andover receiver cuts into the open. But the longer he holds it, the safety's coming across. So you have to throw it away to get it away. And that pass on this down is incomplete. So we're now coming up for a 3rd try at this. 2 passes. Dubzinski calls. No runs. And it's 3rd and 10. So likely to be another pass here. Watson out by himself on this side. Now has a defender over him. And McElroy splits up the middle and does not make the first down. But covers about 4 yards. Ran a long way for 4 yards. And in the wet. Rolling, McElroy throws deep downfield, has a man open, and I think that should be. The defender never looked back at the ball. Should be interference. A lot of unhappy people on the North Andover sideline. So an infraction marched off. The ball is set. Semenuk coming out. with Lopiano, Quinn, Farmer, and others. Quarterback by himself. Another long pass, well beyond the receiver who had stopped. So not good anticipation on the route on that play. And so now it's second down. Not a bad call on first down after a penalty to go for it. But so McElroy under center. Testa blocks. Ball to Watson. Cuts back, but he's just swarmed. They know. They now have his wide run timed up on the defense. Three players there without blockers, looking to tackle him. Need more blockers over there. Carter coming off the field, 53. Normally a tight end. Big enough to be a good tackle. Testa starts on the left, moves into the slot on the right. Receiver gets the ball. Watson has the ball. Throwing back probably to McElroy, it looks like. And I believe he has it. Yes, he does. And it's a touchdown on a flea flicker. Go to the right. The running back goes right. Watson stops, loads up, and throws a gorgeous pass over the defender to McElroy inside the 5-yard line. And so with 1 minute and 30 seconds in this game, in a driving rain with puddles on the field everywhere, accumulating, North Andover celebrating. They have an opportunity, but, it's a desperate one here. They're down by 2 with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. It's either 2 or nothing. On the other hand, with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go, stranger things have happened on wet fields, especially tonight. So, this is by no means the final play of the game. So let's see what the coach has called up. That was a startling play. I formation. The ball is given to Watson. He's outside. Bowls over. Knocks down the cornerback as he drives into the end zone for the 2 and the tie game here at Joe Walsh Stadium. North Andover tied with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in this game, beating with a tie score, a top 20 football team. Great coaching, great determination by these young men. Never say die, never surrender, never give up. Just outstanding. What a character building situation. So the crowd is excited, and why not? North Andover. Marconi ready to kick off. The up men coming up to the 20 from the 10. The ball is, like an onside kick. But Tewksbury falls on it. And the official is saying they have the ball. So 1:28 to go in the game. And, if you, in this rain, you can roll the dice there. If you kick it long, you risk a long return. As the first cut has the advantage. And the first cut, of course, goes to the man with the ball. Rolling right into Testa, and then throwing back across the field. Come on, bring him down. Wow, making something out of just a play that North Andover broke up twice, that they just could not get the quarterback on the ground. Jay Connolly for Tewksbury. Jay is a sophomore. And that was an important play. 1:16, the game is tied. They're over midfield now. That hurts. Running outside is Wynn. And he's gang tackled for no gain or maybe a loss. That was Wynn with the ball. Connolly in with the play. Two receivers out wide. North Andover playing up on the receiver. Come on, bring him down. Bring him down. The first down. It looks like the quarterback Connolly moved forward if he still have the ball. And made the first down by about 2 yards. We had a chance there. North Andover had disrupted the play. Connolly never giving up on it, never going down, never giving up. Pulled the ball back down and eluded tacklers to move it forward, get the first down. Okay, wide receivers. Connolly back again, looking, and he's down to, chance for an interception, and somehow the official finds that there's holding on who? Well, he calls holding on North Andover. That's hard to believe. Official obviously had rain in his eyes there. He's seeing things that weren't there. So, the scorer's clock does not show an accurate time. I haven't decided how much time is left, but the ball is in play. Connolly, Morris blocking, blitz. He gets away, 2 men, 3 men now from North Andover. Bring down Connolly at about the 30-yard line. And a timeout. This game is too important at this moment to just run play after play. We need to talk it over. The game is tied at 27. Very little time. There isn't any official time showing on the clock, so apparently the time has run out. He must have run one last play. And so now the team captains are back on the field for an overtime. You know, going into tonight, I think the experts would have said a tie at this moment is a moral victory for North Andover, but North Andover is not willing to settle for a moral victory. John McElroy, gutsy quarterback for North Andover, and Darren Watson, a star in the making. Last year he was a brand new, inexperienced freshman surprise ball carrier who probably only got to play at the end of the year because North Andover had so many injuries to offensive backs during the year. They wound up changing their offense, changing their players. It started the year as a passing team, wound up the end of the year running that Everett Bay City offense. Connolly. Gives the ball to Wynn. And Wynn just busting, blasting through players trying to make tackles. So they put 6 on the board. It's now 33-27 for Tewksbury here at Joe Walsh Stadium. Friday night football. The Scarlet Knights of North Andover. Connolly out in an I formation of the T. And a timeout. Yet another timeout. Most games here at Joe Walsh start at 7 and are over by 8:45 at the latest. And we're well beyond that. I have no idea what time it is. It's not important. Ball is spotted for play. Andover, North Andover on the field, and Tewksbury coming out of the conference with Alward and the other coaches, offensive coaches, Paul Norton and Tom Bradley. Bradley, the offensive coordinator. Man in motion, pitch to, and he's in. Pitch to Wynn. Wynn is their performance back. He's their Watson, if you will. And he's in. He just barreled his way in spite of the tackles. It's really difficult in the rain to bring somebody down. For some reason, when you hit them, you're not going to grip them. The rain causes the physics to push the forces at right angles to the hit, and people wind up sliding off of you. So now North Andover has the ball, and the officials say timeout for Dubzinski. I don't know if they keep in high school football MIA, if they keep the number of timeouts called by each of the coaches. But this is a contest within a contest. Dubzinski versus Aylward. I'll see your timeout, and I'll raise you a timeout. Wide receiver out to the right for North Andover. The ball is given to Watson. He sprints outside. He gets outside of another man, and the pile is moving forward. Progress made, but apparently not a score. Tough to see from the booth down the sideline. There's so many people on the sideline that you can't read the sideline, and the field is, the visibility of the stripes is obliterated by the reflections of the rain on the lights on the rain. The ball is a bad exchange to McElroy. Didn't come up into his hands where he wanted it, and it goes on the ground. And in this wet weather, it's of course safer to just fall on it, lose a yard. But and now it looks like it's 3rd and 6. High formation. McElroy rolling and brought down. Brought down for a big loss by the pursuing defense of Tewksbury. I'm sure McElroy had no idea that that person in the rain was coming behind him. So that was a demoralizing loss in play here, and McElroy looks like he's been injured in that is a little gimpy as he comes back onto the field. Hopefully he won't be asked to roll out here again, but the ball on the 17. And it looks like Watson, but no, he throws it over the middle. The ball is batted. The ball is caught, but not caught. And that's the game. What a devastating loss. And number 3 is now, he's got an ankle injury due to a hit. And this is a heartbreaker for North Andover. But they can hold their heads high, I'll tell you. They put up a hell of a fight here tonight. They were well coached. They performed well. They did everything that the staff expected them and hoped they would do. In the end, Tewksbury prevailed. I don't think you can say it was any one particular thing. I can't point to a play or a player. But certainly Tewksbury at the end was able to move the ball down the field. And there was a play there where the ball continued to float down on the far sideline and managed to get to the receiver, even though there were 2 North Andover defenders. And then there was another play similar to it on that side on a long pass, and the official called a holding call. I didn't see a holding call on the play. So at any rate, those 2 plays were a determinant of the ultimate outcome, and they happened at the very end of the game. I mean, the 2 teams had played to a tie for the entire game. So an encouraging performance by a young North Andover team. A lot of people graduated, moved, a new quarterback, a sophomore quarterback. We would have had a senior quarterback. But we were going to lose a lot of people anyway. And North Andover has rebuilt the football team. So, to wrap it up from Joe Walsh Stadium, this is North Andover Cam Ed. I'm Ray Ahern. Bill Robert is the producer. And thank you for watching, and come back again next Friday night. Come here personally next Friday night. It's a great family event, a great town event. And the new and improved North Andover Downtown Town Hall is due to be open again within a matter of weeks. Good night.